This is my Legend of Zelda Hot Takes, and I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that this is all in my opinion, but if you guys agree, go ahead and let me know, or if you guys disagree or just want to make fun of me, let me know in the comment section down below, and alright, let's just get this started. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is overrated. Before I get into my thing with it, I don't want you guys to think that I dislike this game. I do want to say that I actually do love The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. It's actually up there with one of my favorite Zelda games. It is a fantastic game, but I believe that the overuse of Twilight Princess, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf designs and almost like anything Zelda related advertisement in the past 10 to 15 years is kind of the reason why it's made me kind of feel this way towards Twilight Princess. I think just the advertisement for this specific Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, they've just been overused too much in advertisement that I'm kind of sick of seeing it, if I'm honest. And I also will likely, the reason why is because I will actually defend to the end the Wind Waker, as a lot of people pick, back then because of the cel shaded design, that threw a lot of people off and a lot of people hated it, and yeah, ruined basically a potential of that having a sequel or whatever, and that art still continue on living. So to those people that hated it back in the year 2000 or the early 2000s, y'all can suck my toes, but I honestly also don't blame you guys for wanting a realistic Zelda game, especially after the Space World 2000 trailer where they showcased a new potential Zelda game on a GameCube. So I think the main reason why is, again, they just overused Twilight Princess Link and just Twilight Princess designs in every single advertisement. Breath of the Wild is better than Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people actually now accept that Breath of the Wild is better than Tears of the Kingdom, but I've always felt this way even when Tears of the Kingdom first released. I never told anyone, mainly due to me thinking that I'm just overthinking it or something, but with Breath of the Wild, there was this incredible hype towards it when it first released, or when it was first simply known as Zelda Wii U. There was something incredibly special when you see Link run out of the shrine and seeing this massive world ready to be explored. I also probably just feel this way because the world of Hyrule here in Tears of the Kingdom was already explored in Breath of the Wild, though yes, you can definitely go ahead and say that it has been changed and they added caves and the Sky Island and then the depths and all that stuff. But there is a thing where adding too much is too much. But one of the actual big annoyances that I will say that I do have with Tears of the Kingdom is that I also did follow the exact same structure as Breath of the Wild. 4 dungeons, technically 5 in Tears of the Kingdom, get the champions, or in Tears of the Kingdom case, the sages, which, let's be honest, their abilities are also a lot worse comparing it to the champions. And lastly, basically just either going to go ahead and fight Ganon/Ganondorf or the Calamity Ganon, or you can also just do that in the beginning of the game, just go straight to Ganon/Ganondorf. So it kind of followed the exact same structure as that. This can honestly be its own long video, but yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and just add that. Breath of the Wild just had more hype for me, and I think just it being the first open world Zelda game, or in Nintendo's case open air Zelda games, I think is the main reason why I just love it so much more. But I also think it's also my fault that I feel this way, just because I did beat Breath of the Wild again for the 3rd time prior to Tears of the Kingdom releasing, and that is including me doing all 100 shrines and Breath of the Wild. And yeah, I was so sick and tired of shrines at this point once Tears of the Kingdom released that I was so annoyed that I had to get another 100 or so more. So yeah, that's I will say that is on me. Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass are underrated. Now, I actually already went ahead and made a YouTube video about this actually a few months back, and I will die on this hill, specifically Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks, in my opinion, has one of the best soundtracks in any Legend of Zelda games. Like, have y'all not heard Burn's theme? Like, that shit is god tier. Like, did you guys hear that? Like, I'll be damned if anyone tells me otherwise. With Phantom Hourglass, though, I feel like Spirit Tracks fixed a bit of the problems that Phantom Hourglass actually created and had. But Phantom Hourglass was still a fun game, exploring the sea and continuing the journey with Wind Waker, Link, and Tetra, and seeing what they did after those events of Wind Waker. Going through the Ocean King's temple several times was awful. That is the one thing that I will agree that Phantom Hourglass, for sure, I feel like is more of an annoyance really than Spirit Tracks. But I still wish that one day Nintendo would actually remake or remaster both of these games for either the Nintendo Switch or whatever their next future system is going to be. But I personally think that these games are pretty highly underrated, specifically Spirit Tracks. A Link Between Worlds is better than A Link to the Past. with this one, I feel like some of y'all are gonna agree with me on this, and some of y'all are actually gonna go ahead and disagree with me on this, and that's fine. Again, this is all just my opinion. This is all just conversation, all just discussion. And if you guys agree with me, let me know. If you guys disagree with me, again, let me know. But when it comes with me saying this, I actually kind of do see this like as a lukewarm take. I just wanted to state that for me personally, I just prefer A Link Between Worlds over A Link to the Past. The dungeons, though, yes, are somewhat the same, as well as the world is the same, but they added new elements to, with A Link Between Worlds, aka including the wall merging ability to make puzzle solving very unique. And I mean, also just graphically seeing this world in a 2D, 3D way now looks beautiful with A Link Between Worlds. I also love the Ravio and how open the game is thanks to his store mechanic that's in A Link Between Worlds. Instead of you finding the items in dungeons, now you can actually go ahead and rent or purchase them via Ravio. Basically, that means you can now enter any dungeon in any order you like. I also named my dog Ravi because of Ravio, so I guess there is a bit of a bias there because of that. So yeah, this is gonna be a hot take that I know about. I want to say maybe 75% of people are not going to agree with me on this, and again, that's fine. But I personally think that Skyward Sword is actually one of the best Zelda games. In fact, I think Skyward Sword is overly hated and very underrated. I know that the main argument many people have for Skyward Sword was that the game was very linear and didn't give you much of a chance to really fully explore and find things on your own, but hence why Breath of the Wild came after it. But I think that the fact that this Zelda game, or Skyward Sword, is a linear Zelda game, I think that's actually what makes it great, in my opinion. It has a focus, and that focus is telling us the story. And I just want to go ahead and tell you guys a spoiler warning, just in case. It basically goes ahead and tells us the cycle of, or this never-ending cycle between the three characters, Link, Zelda, and the Demon King. Not only that, it also showing the creation of the Master Sword and so many references, such as the bird symbol we see in Ocarina of Time Hylian Shield, representing Link's mount in this game being the Loft Wings. We also get to see one of the best relationships between Link and Zelda. Also, this game has Groose. Like, bro, come on. One of the best side characters in any Zelda game. I know that people also complain about the motion controls of the game, but they were actually really good back on the Wii, and now you can actually use that same controller, or you can actually just go ahead and use a controller as well on the Switch version, it running at full 1080p 60 FPS. Even though I actually personally think if you are going to be playing with motion controls, I think the Wii version is just far superior motion control wise than the gyro controls are on the Switch, but that's just, again, my personal opinion. This game, in my opinion, just has a soft spot for me, just because it was actually the very first Zelda game that was first announced when I first watched my first ever E3, which was E3 back in 2010. And just watching that trailer and being a part of that long wait thereafter got me very excited. I still have the same gold Wii remote that I purchased because I pre-ordered the special edition that came with said gold Wii remote at my local GameStop. And funny enough, 10 years later, I actually went ahead and that same GameStop pre-ordered the HD version of it. I may make in the future make a defending Skyward Sword video, but for now, we'll just see. And also, Fee was just not that bad either. I know a lot of people hated her, but she really was not that bad or annoying. It's not her fault that some of you guys are just not able to charge and change batteries, I guess, on your Wii remote. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. I'm gonna get so much hate for this one. I could just already tell. Majora's Mask on GameCube is good, and it's still good. Now, let me just first say that I was a young lad, all right? This version is actually the first way that I ever played The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and at the time, me being 5-6 years old, I did not know what frame rates were or frame drops were, so that kind of technological kind of speaking jargon and stuff never really affected me when I was a kid, nor did I really care. All I know is that when I was playing The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, I was having a lot of fun doing so I will say I did recently go back and play the GameCube version, and honestly, yes, there was the occasional frame drops there, but it really wasn't that bad to the point where like the game was actually unplayable. In fact, I was still able to go ahead and have fun, play it, and yeah, just run into no issues. Though I will say, and I did read this online, that a lot of people have mentioned that a lot of the issues that came with this version as well was also if you enabled the rumble feature, which is interesting. But yeah, no, I actually played this with the rumble feature off, just because I'm not that much of a big fan of Rumble. It's only on certain games where I do enjoy it, but it can vary, honestly. It really is not that bad, and I would still actually recommend this version to play on. Though, but of course, if you have, or even the original Nintendo 64 version, or even the Switch online play, Nintendo 64 Classic kind of play version on the Switch, I'd say that also is perfect too to play. And then my final hot take that I have here are that the Legend of Zelda CDI games are one of the best Zelda games that I have ever released. Okay, I'm joking on that one. All right, that is 100% a joke. I am so sorry if I almost traumatized one of you guys. This is, again, this was just supposed to be the funnies. I'm gonna go now, okay? I am so sorry.